Welcome to the Folktale Project. This is Dan Scholes. Today we have our final story from Italy, and this is a special tale. This is, man, if you know the meme or have seen the film Dogma, then you know about Buddy Christ. This is an Italian folktale that I can best describe as Buddy Christ. And it shows Jesus in an entirely new light. I hope you enjoy it as much as I do. This is the Lord, St. Peter, and the Apostles. Once, while the Master was on a journey with the 13 apostles, they came to a village where there was no bread. The Master said, "Peter, let each one of you carry a stone." They each took up a stone, St. Peter, a little bit of a one. The others were all loaded down, but St. Peter went along very easily. The Master said, "Now, let us go to another village. If there is any bread there, we shall buy it. If there is none, I will give you my blessing, and the stones will become bread." They went to another town, put down the stones, and rested. The Master gave them his blessing, and the stones became bread. St. Peter, who had carried a little one, felt his heart grow faint. "Master," he said, "how am I going to eat?" My brother, why did you carry a little stone? The others, who loaded themselves down, have bread enough." Then they went on, and the Master made them each carry another stone. St. Peter was cunning this time, and took a large one, and all the others carried small ones. The Lord said to the others, "Little ones, we will have a laugh at Peter's expense." They arrived at another village, and all the apostles threw away their stones because there was bread there. And St. Peter was bent double, for he had carried a paving stone with him to no purpose. On their journey, they met a man. And as St. Peter was in advance of the others, he said, "The Lord is coming. Ask him a favor for your soul." The man drew near and said, "Lord, my father is ill, with old age. Cure him, Master." The Lord said, "Am I a physician? Do you know what you must do? Put him in a hot oven, and your father will become a boy again." They did so, and his father became a little boy. The idea pleased St. Peter, and when he found himself alone, he went about, seeking to make some old men young. By chance, there met him one who was seeking the Master because his mother was at the point of death, and he wanted her cured. St. Peter said, "What do you want?" "I want the Master, for I have an old mother who is very ill, and the Master alone can cure her." "Fortunately, Peter is here. Do you know what you must do? Heat an oven and put her in it, and she will be cured." The poor man believed him, for he knew that the Lord loved St. Peter. So he went home and immediately put his mother in the hot oven. Now what more could you expect? The old woman burned to a coal. "Ah, santo di cae di dia," cried the son. "That scurvy fellow has made me kill my mother." He hastened to St. Peter. The Master was present, and when he heard the story, could not control his laughter, and said, "Ah, Peter, what have you done?" St. Peter tried to excuse himself, but the poor man kept crying for his mother. What must the Master do? He had to go to the house of the dead, and with a blessing, which he there pronounced, he brought the old woman to life again, a beautiful young girl, and relieved St. Peter of his great embarrassment. And that is the Lord, St. Peter, and the Apostles. Now I'll admit, I never went to Catholic school, but I did go to catechism for many, many years, and I had never heard a story that had the Lord Jesus poking fun at anyone, let alone St. Peter, of all people. I love this. This takes this staid, yet, he's Jesus, okay, and turns him into just a friend, a guy that you wouldn't mind hanging out with. Of course, unless you're St. Peter, and then he's really just there to make you look like a fool. This is Dan Scholes for the Folktale Project. Don't forget that you can subscribe to the podcast on Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Google Play, Overcast, anywhere you like to get your podcasts. You can follow us on Twitter at Folktale Project. You can find us on Auto Radio, TuneIn Radio, iHeartRadio, Spotify, anywhere you like to listen. And you can always head over to folktaleproject.com, where you'll find a new story waiting for you every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Don't forget that if you'd like to help support the podcast, you can always head over to patreon.com/folktaleproject, where for as little as $1 a month, you can get early access to every story told. As always, thank you so much for listening.